What up? Welcome back to the ramblings of the man you hate. This is episode 3, and today we're going to really get into the nitty gritty of like the spiritual stuff. So like projections, maybe like a little bit into like the warfare. Yeah. Whoa, it's dark as fuck. My TV's dark as shit. I can't see shit in this, but it's alright. So why is there no, bro? Hold on. Okay. Oh, the game is just muted. Why is the game? Why do I have the game muted, dude? There. That's better. Yeah. So about like projections and stuff. So this goes hand in hand with the last episode where I talked about like being the black sheep and how to navigate and all that stuff. Knowing about spirituality lets you defend against yourself, you know. So if you have people around you who are like, you know, they feel off, but they deny any sort of like spirituality. Like they burn sage, they have incense, whatever. They're connected to whatever group, right? And they deny they have spirituality. They're probably trying to do shit to you. If we're being like, if we're being completely honest. Because it's like when you don't know about it, you aren't as equipped, or you aren't equipped to deal with it, and you'll be wondering, why is this, and this? You know, I just feel like this, and this, right? But then you know it's true, right? You know, this goes beyond like paranoia, because it's like, I don't know. With me personally, I had like a lot of personal evidence and like notes I took in my mind with certain people that were doing different things to me, right? Yo, shot the rat. You saw that? But yeah, it's like
Take those snipers out or keep out of their way. Just get your
wow. Well, on away for you. I've been looking out. Hold up. Squeeze, guys. I'm sick of them. Oop. Hold up. Oh no! Ooh, got him. To the right. Left. Bang. Saw that? Alright, anyways. So like, to deal with that stuff, it's like okay, let me back up a little bit. So projections are beliefs that other people have of you, or of your capabilities, or like other things that you want to do, right? Meet me halfway. And honestly, they don't have to be like spiritual. It doesn't have to be spiritual warfare, you know? It can just be how people view you. Wow. That's crazy. It can just be how people view you, you know? It can deadass just be how people view you. And it's like, you know how they have like say you're like the black sheep of the family, like I was talking about like last episode, right? There's like people will project onto you like, he's like that, he's quiet, he doesn't say anything, he's timid, he's scared, all about the third, right? When it's like, that's crazy how I killed them, and then they respond like, like you know what I mean? Wow, he despawned. But they, okay. But like, you know, that can really induce anxiety, depression. It can make you like shy and all that stuff, right? But it's like, say when you were little, right? And you were like loud when you were little, like me. And you weren't shy. You just didn't say much, and you were just cold. Not cold calculating. You were just like, you know, you used to wear your heart on your sleeve, right? And you weren't shy, right? At some point, you know, people were like, "Oh, be quiet," or like you're like loud or whatever. Like you're like too loud, or you're this, you're that, all that stuff. And guess what? As I got older, that's what happened, right? I started to view myself as like ugly, because jealous people around me were like, "Oh, he's ugly. He has too many friends. About his 30s, he's obnoxious." Right? And that was in elementary school. The middle school, my self-esteem lowered because I let projections get to me at the time, right? And people were probably, a certain person was probably doing shit on me, if I'm being honest. And yeah, like, you know, projections are an interesting thing, you know? Bro, like, what do you want me to do, game? Bro. Hit, swing! What? What? Point blank, and she was like, "What did happen?" Like, whatever, Faith. I'm pretty sure you can just jump across like this. Yeah. Okay. But like I was saying, yeah, they're not fun to deal with, right? And like, even then, like, some people around you will like acknowledge that you're attractive, like, you know, but a lot of people, like your friends or whatever, like, and again, you don't have to be into spirituality to like project onto people, right? People do it all the time, who aren't spiritual, but it still affects you, right? Whether he'll know it or not. Wow, this section just fucking sucks, if I'm being honest. Maybe it doesn't suck, maybe it's a skill issue. But it would be cool if they didn't despawn the sniper that I killed, and then I killed the other ones, but that's fine. But talk about the game, if you were like a listener. Oh, okay. Yeah, dude. People can also put like ugly spells, which is also rejection. Like if you have like somebody around you who's spiritual, who has lower self-esteem, right? Which, I mean, you kind of have to if you're like evil, right? If you're doing like dark shit, you have to have like some type of like weird shit, not attached, but you know, you have to have like some type of insecurity, because you didn't do your shadow work, right? And yeah. You have to like people. You have to just like stay down with people for shit to work, if that makes sense, right? Like, okay, I got one. Where you going? Thank you. Oh my goodness, that actually worked this time. Oh. But anyways. Yeah. They can project how they view themselves onto you. That makes sense, right? Like, during these like a month ago, well, not even a month ago. Like somebody was doing that shit on me for years, right? Like make me feel I was ugly or like insignificant or like I couldn't achieve my dreams. I couldn't move towards my dreams, right? Like I couldn't do this, or like, oh, it was pointless to try and do this because it was like pointless to do this or whatever. It was pointless to do this or whatever because you know, it takes time or this, that, the third, right? In all actuality, everyone has like a time period where they don't have viewers, right? Everybody. And anybody who tells you different doesn't know or doesn't, they aren't, they don't have the knowledge, and there's a reason why you are doing it and they aren't, right? That's a whole other thing though. But let's go this way. But yeah, like that spiritual shit gets people are weird as fuck. And even then, I can tell people don't want me to talk about this. I don't know how it manifests. Like to resistance. People. It's like you can do certain things and then try to make somebody believe that, oh, it's a sign that I'm not supposed to do this or talk about this or whatever, right? Well, in all actuality, it's not, right? It's kind of just like a challenge, kind of like how Saturn, right? Saturn's vilified like crazy in society today. But the reason why Saturn is vilified is because he represents shadow work, aka the thing you need to do to get out of the what people call the matrix. Like if you vilify spiritual things like that, like Saturn or like the number 666, that's not the devil's number. The devil doesn't have a number, right? All numbers can represent different things, right? And you know what the number 6 is? 6 is love, bro. It's the frequency of love, dude. So why would they want you to be afraid and fearmonger love? That's a whole other thing. That's also how like projections work, right? More like that's also what projections are. Where do I go? I definitely just would not go this way. Okay, game. Did I go over there? Bro, I don't remember where I go. That about like a door or something? Yeah, the death thing is gonna kick in. What? The door's closed. Okay, I fell. Nice. Trying to figure out, see which direction I go. I guess like to the right? This way?
They're inside. Get out of there, Faith.
There it is. Yeah, bro. Low key, that shit's lame as fuck. People who do that shit don't deserve grace. Okay? They do not. Because they didn't give you grace, did they? No, they didn't. Right? And people will use your empathy against you, bro. Like, oh, that's not godly, or oh, that's not this, that, and the third. God wouldn't want you to do this. God wouldn't want you to do that, right? But I mean, if you are connected to God, right? If someone's trying to make you put you like below somebody, never cave, right? Like never fucking cave, bro. Like I'm telling you, man. But you know, like you cave, then they low-key, not they got you. You just have like another opportunity to get out of it, right? But you know, a lot of these people are evil as fuck. A lot of these Bible thumping, whatever people are quote unquote people are actually evil as fuck. Oh, it's leaving. Okay. Like actually like evil as fuck. They do whatever rituals on people, whatever spells, right? You know, they join they join whatever groups, you know, like whatever groups do like whatever is sex magic, but it's like the weird sex magic. I mean, sex magic isn't even weird inherently. Like, sex magic is the most powerful form of magic, right? Like, fuck those like death sacrifices, all that stuff, right? Like, all that is like temporary. Sex magic is like you're co-creating, right, with the whole other person. Now, sex magic out of lust is the most powerful of like the weaker magics, right? Damn, you heard that? Like, it's like the most powerful of the weaker magics, right? But it trumps in comparison to true sex magic, which is like being in union with someone who like of like a love, right? And all those things. But that's a whole other topic, because we're talking about projections right now. But like, you can feel like projections from people all over the place. Like, that's what you feel when it's like someone saying, "Oh, be quiet," or you know, someone doing like shadow spells or whatever. Like, it's because there's a part of them that just, you know, just like can't accept or whatever. And it has nothing to do with you, but you know, like somebody at some point told them to shut up, or something tried to snuff them, so they feel a need to also control you. You know, some people see it as like projection or like protection, but in all actuality, they're just scared of what you can become and you becoming better than them, right? It's like people like see shit in you before you see them, right? So it's like they see your potential, they see where you're going, they see what you want to do, and then they gave, you know, some people they gave up on what they want to do, but they want to go, all that stuff, during their journey at some point, whatever. So they kind of feel like almost this need to they feel almost this need to snuff you too, because they're like, oh, I didn't get it, so they shouldn't get it too, right? Like, oh, I don't like how they do that, so they don't deserve to do it, or they don't deserve to have this position, or they don't deserve to have something like that, right? And like, you know, it is what it is. It all just stems from like insecurities and feeling inadequate, right? I've never done this before. I don't know you could do this. I didn't know you could do this. Oh, bro. Okay, cool. Yeah, dude, like, you know, people, even like self-expression, right? Like, people want you to feel humiliated because they'd feel humiliated doing that, and they don't have the courage to do that, to do something so different, you know? Like, anybody who's like been on a stage and been laughed at, whatever, right? It's like, it's all because people are kind of like cowards within themselves, and they can never see themselves doing shit like that, you know? Or they just think, oh, dude, this person's so different. Like, I could never be that different, guys. Right? That makes sense. It's like one big ass like mean girl group that's like weird as fuck, you know? Yeah. It's all like, you don't have to listen to those projections, you know? And that's where like protection, like spiritual protection, and like just learning different techniques in like in your life comes into play, you know? Cause okay, cause like what? There we go. Because like okay. Is how you adjust. But you know, don't let weirdos who refused themselves and their souls at one point project onto you for like the things that you deserve to be. You know, never let them put you like, oh, this person's out of my league, or oh, I don't deserve this, or oh, I shouldn't even try that, right? Like, if you feel called to it and it feels aligned with you, fucking go for it, dude. Like, I don't give a fuck who they are. I don't give a fuck what their qualifications are. Like, I don't give a fuck. I mean, you should not give a fuck. I mean, you can, but like, truthfully, it just kind of like hurts you, if that makes sense. Like it only brings like I don't know. It only brings despair to you, and you should not. Okay, you should not allow anyone to bring despair to you, no matter what happens to you, right? Because you are not your surroundings, right? You are your. You are you. You are not your experiences. I believe that's like just not true. I believe that you can come out of your experience as a different person. Not a different person, but just having learned different lessons and having like maybe scars that you must heal. But that doesn't make those experiences you, right? Like saying, oh, you are some of your experiences to someone who's been like assaulted is just incorrect, because they are not the person. They are not like that assault is not them, right? And I know that's like an extreme example, but I mean, it's very, very true. You know, like it's so true. Like, oh, let's see. Why is he waiting for me? He's gonna die because like I'm like okay, but it's like oh, okay. You didn't hear that. But where'd he go? He went this way. You go this way? I think so. Ah, he didn't go this way. He did go this way. But you know what I mean? Like, you are not the sum of your experiences. Like, your experiences are things to learn and develop yourself from. There he goes. Did you shave?
Can you find another way through to him?
Looking at me twice in the morning, I can see your face. You wasn't me in the classroom, do you know my name? There it is. What? Ask me how I am, don't hesitate. 'Cause you're my crush. Oh. Okay. But yeah. I feel like I've been kind of not slower. It's just one of those episodes where I speed up at the end, you know? Like everything becomes clearer towards like the halfway point. Sometimes I like, let's keep it rolling, I guess. guess. Let's keep it rolling. Sometime I feel like, okay, so like with manifesting, right? Let's talk about manifestations. Manifestations. You can like what? Did you see that? She just like phased through the pole. Like, what's your problem, dude? All right. Bro, it happened again. It happened again. But like manifestations is like I don't know. I think it's like in the Bible, honestly. Like I think it's in the Bible personally. Like days been trying to find a reason to stay. Say my name and go ahead and pick a day. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whatever. I didn't think it was gonna work. But manifestations. Yeah, you see, this is also kind of, I don't know why. I think hate watchers. But it's alright. I can just like, it doesn't matter to me. Okay. She almost said it again. Alright. But it's like, you know, you ask God, like, oh, when is it gonna come in, or how's it gonna come in, you know, and God won't tell you, so you don't create resistance. That's why God doesn't tell you. And like people say, oh, that's bullshit, but it's like that's literally how the universe works, bro. Like, you wanna argue? Okay, it's not gonna change anything, right? It's like I mean, it can be like a suck it up type of thing if you are one of those people who are like, oh, it's not fair, or a lot of third. Which I mean, yeah, it's not fair, you know. I mean, yes, it is fair because it's how it's supposed to be, and if it was different, then something would have happened, right? But it's like, you know, you don't always have to look for like outside validation when it comes to your manifestations. Just wow. I mean, I kind of expected it, but I didn't know where to go, so. But anyways, there's like an opening in the fence or something. Nope. I think I think I get lost every time I play this part. But it's like creating resistance, right? Resistance is like, you are so powerful that you can create resistance to like your blessings given to you by God. Like,
I know what you're here for, Faithy.
Just tell me what Icarus has to do
like
with this murder, Jack.
I heard a cop did it.
what is it? Think of your thoughts as like sending brainwaves, right? The universe is a big ocean. Your manifestations are like a big ass wave, right? And then your thoughts are also sending waves out, right? And manifesting is like you put a drop that you know is going to get bigger, right? But it's like trying to put more drops in the water and create more ripples in the water to create bigger waves, if you know what I mean. Like, but I mean, if you know anything about the ocean, it's only gonna mess it up, right? And
Listen, I don't know about going to rope burn straight away.
even then,
I'm
and like even then,
I'll face
like, do you know the catastrophes that happens when people, when the
no matter what case.
there are like two waves that are like going across, and like, you know, they're like equal or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
it has capsized ships. If you know what I'm talking about, like you know what I'm talking about, like the not seismic crash, like, you know, like the waves, they crash together and like they
Lieutenant Miller?
whatever, right?
I'm Faith, Kate's sister.
She never mentioned a sister.
Yeah, well, we're not the mentioning kind. She told me to find you if things went bad.
She's been arrested,
But
and you wouldn't be the suspect seen fleeing from the crime scene, would you?
Well, now, it's difficult to recall with a gun in my face.
I know what you are.
You know it was a setup, right?
this voice
I
actor
know
is
Kate wouldn't be
in
capable of
Overwatch.
something like this. But my captain's asking some
Um,
difficult questions, and I can't even get in to see her.
What do you know about something called Icarus?
Why?
But like,
It's mentioned on
it's
this.
best to just
It was in Pope's hand.
create a wave and just
I think it's from
ride
his
it.
diary.
You know, just follow it, and then, you
Kate's the
know,
only family I
when the
have.
time comes, just
And
take
losing
that fucking
jail
wave,
don't
right?
last long. She can still-
I'm not a surfer,
It's a death
but
sentence.
I won't stop you. I owe that much to Kate. But there are plenty of people who'll try. And I can't
it's the
stop them
best
either.
way to do it, if you know what I
You
mean.
better learn how to run.
Running is what I do best.
I think once this cutscene is done, I'm gonna end it. She put a Batman on him.
Rope burn's got an office in Burfield International Shipping near the Riding Park subway. Should be a sign on top of the building. It'll help guide you. Look,
All right,
I saw rope burn wrestle once.
all right.
Broke some bastard's arm, then headbutted the
But
ref.
like, yeah, this episode was kind of like,
Really is mixed
I don't know. I
with
felt
Miller
like
and Kate's
I had to really power
identity.
through it, you know.
He'll be a fighter.
And that's also kind of a big part of what I was talking about in this episode, right? Like, it may feel like, oh, the universe is just, you know, doesn't want to do this, or God doesn't want me to do this, and that's okay, so I'll do something else, right? You need discernment. Discernment is required, because if you don't have discernment, then you can miss out on the things that are meant for you, right? Like, there will always be resistance to the thing that you want, because you have to prove to the universe that it's something that you want, right? But leave, stay, or just leave me be. Yeah, the now playing's wrong. I see that now. But it's like you gotta prove to the universe, do those challenges, right? And that's actually where Saturn comes in. Saturn helps you work through, or not really helps you, but gives you those challenges, you know? And so you gotta prove to Saturn, like, yeah, bro, this is what I want, bro. This is the line, man. I mean, don't call him bro, but, you know, some people have different relationships with you know, beings. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, what? Why can I? Okay. But it's like, you know, you gotta prove that it's aligned with you, right? And, you know, if you don't have discernment, you can mix up those, like, the signs from God that this is not aligned or not something you should be doing, versus this is a challenge that I should move towards, versus projections from other people. And I don't know, it may sound complicated or whatever, but if you become like aligned, you get like tapped in spirituality, yeah, dude, you get like tapped in like spiritually, and this such. Is it like a bag binder or something? No. You tapped in spiritually and the such, and then with your intuition and all that, right? Dude, you become unstoppable. Like, people will start to wonder, yo, what happened? Or like, we had such ease access to this person, and we never thought that they could ever do anything, bro. Like, but dude, do you see what they're doing now? Do you see how they are now? We should get back in their energy. And then we'll create people try to create resistance, all that stuff. But cut through all that. Kill those like those self-deprecating doubts, right? To really do shadow work, you gotta like face that shit, if you know what I mean. Like, don't be afraid of the thought or the possibility of something being true, right? Like, just be like, okay, this is how I feel, this is what I think about this, this is that, like, these are like insecurities I have, or blah blah blah, this at the third, right? But you acknowledge that, but you go in that with and telling yourself like, nah, bro, that shit isn't true. Like, I don't want to feel that way, right? You don't want to feel that way. You don't have to feel that way, my guy, my girl, girly, dude, right? You don't have to feel that way. We all have free will, including free will in our brains. This song. I'm skipping this song. You can't see what the song is, but I'm skipping it. But yeah. You see that? Like, bro, this is such a full circle moment. Like, it's such a full circle moment. Like, I had to push through making this video, and then like just for me to finish up really smoothly and easily talking about Saturn and shadow work. You know what? My controller is connected. That's a sign. Not a sign, but that's my cue. I'm going to choose that as my cue. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I will make another one tomorrow. Toodles.